Can you say a few words about yourself?
Hi, my name's Becca Eames, short for Rebecca Eames. I'm from Australia. I live in the state of Victoria, Melbourne, which is at the bottom of Australia. So it's a little bit colder, quite a little bit colder than Kerala, and there's no humidity. It does get hot in summer.
Actually, as far as our channel is concerned, it's for English. I would love to know first yourself about English, and as a person who travels more, what do you say about the importance of speaking English?
It's always important to remember that not everyone has the same level of understanding, and also to remember that sometimes you will see someone ordering, like a Westerner ordering something in a restaurant, and they will be talking like this. Everyone learns English differently. So Australians speak English and use language quite differently to Europeans.
What is about the importance of grammar? What I'm saying is that while using English, do you feel that you use grammar in your speaking?
As an Australian, I have to say the verbal language, Australian language, is renowned, like is known for not being good at using grammar when they speak. In the actual structure of education within Australia, most students learn the structure of the language when they learn a second language.
What do you find as the best way of learning English? I mean, especially speaking English, what do you find to be the best way?
I think it's really important to understand grammar, to understand the rules, but there are so many rules that are also broken that actually practicing verbally, having people around you where you can practice actually sentence structure and practice conversation. It's really important not just to learn the actual rules, but putting those rules in place is really important. I know that when I'm travelling, to learn some basic words in the country that I'm working in, and then to be able to put those words into a sentence, it's about practice. Practice going to using those words when I want to buy some milk or buy some curd. Actually, practice is the best way to actually learn a language.
Okay, and you have gone to many countries, and have you ever faced a problem? I mean that when you spoke to someone else, you couldn't understand, or the hearer couldn't understand what you meant properly, and how you faced any problem in the past while traveling to different countries?
Lots of times.
Lots of times.
Lots of times.
Can you explain one situation when you faced such an issue?
It's hard to, like, you're asking me something.
There are many, but you can't.
Yeah. Look, I have to say, sometimes sign language, there is a sort of world language of sign language, but the other thing is, the reality is, the invention of phones and translator has actually changed the world of travel, but changed the world of communication. Google Translate means that you can have a conversation with anyone, anywhere, and it's brought us all together.
You have been living in this resort for a long time, and what would you love to say about this resort?
It's an island, and it means I'm part of the island community. There's lots of things to do: fishing, kayaking, night rides, watching the sun, watching the sun set and rise. But also I can choose to be as active as I want, but also I can choose to be quiet, and I can choose to read a book. The great thing is it's a short walk to the local ferry. It's 6 rupees and less than 15 minutes to Alapay, where I can choose to see lots of sights in Alapay, but I can also hop on a bus, I can hop on a train, and I can go to Cochin, I can go further throughout Kerala. I can go all the way to Mumbai. So it's actually, I can choose to be as quiet as I want, or I can choose to link in with the rest of Kerala and cosmopolitan southern India. And this gives me, I feel safe here in terms of COVID time. I feel very safe. I've also got, access to wonderful food, fresh fruit actually growing on the trees actually at the resort, but also the resort has a wonderful chef. So I'm actually experiencing local food, fresh produce. What more could I want?
Okay, and actually you have spoken English to British people too. And what difference do you find between Australian and British English?
British English, complete full sentences. British English use full words. Australian use of words, there's a word called colloquial language, and it's where they will use a word and they will have like a local word that means the same thing. And Australians are renowned for using those colloquial words. I'll give you an example.
You have lived in so many countries, and out of which, what differences have you found while living in Britain?
Some of the really big differences is actually in regards to how accepting of people from other countries. As someone who has a dual citizenship with the UK, I probably felt the loneliest when I was in the UK. It's a very different feeling. Even though there was a common language, sometimes it's not about speaking the same language.
While learning English, you are a native speaker of English. Do you find some differences in writing and speaking your English?
There is a huge difference.
You mean the application of grammar portions?
Yes, how I speak and how I write, very different.
Okay.
Very, very different. So there's informal language and a formal language. So I have my formal language that I use for my work. I'm very conscious of whether I'm using informal language in an email to a friend. Formal language, my work language, is very different. My formal language is what we would call British English. It's using all the syntax and all the grammatical formal, rules, but I wouldn't speak like that.
Actually, I have some friends in UK. They have told me many times that one of the major differences that they have got while being in UK is that they are very formal while meeting people. According to you, in Australian English also people are like that. One of my close friends, he told me that while standing in the queue, suppose a person has told thank you. In case you don't reply saying you're welcome, the person might be something rough if you don't reply. Is it true?
Yes. Yes, there are. Australian language is a lot less formal than British language, but still the please, the thank you, acknowledging, excuse me if you hop up and you walk around someone's chair. Even in a classroom you would say excuse me. If you're sitting at a table and accidentally burp, you would always say excuse me. Even if there's no one around you, in case someone's heard you, there are some basic sort of niceties.
Thank you very much for spending this much time with us.
My pleasure. Thank you.